Welcome to the world's most isolated city, with not another large city in a circuit of 2,000 kilometres, and welcome to the funniest content creator in Perth. This is Jasky, aka Mr. Sick. Yeah.
Yes, as you would get in Australia.
Read into that, yeah. So mate, this is your hometown. You've been here for 30 years.
I've been here for majority of my life. Yes, it is one of the most isolated cities in the world, but as you can see, it's one of the most beautiful places to live.
It is ridiculously beautiful, ridiculously clean.
Yep.
It's almost too good to be true, which brings me to the idea that in the world's most isolated city, there's got to be a few characters.
Oh yeah,
you're a man that brings out characters.
You probably met the worst character there is. But you'll see, firstly, it's like amazing weather, which is someone coming from your part of the world.
Thanks for the dig.
Yeah. You'll finally see that there's actually sun that exists in the world.
Are you the oldest skateboarder in Perth, are you?
No way.
There's an older one than you.
There's a lot older than me.
Can you pull a trick for me?
Busted me head.
You busted your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, what trick were you doing when you busted your head?
Riding a push bike or taken off by a bus.
So as a pom, fresh off the plane, where do you say I should go to meet the best characters in Perth?
Go Scarbrough.
Scarborough, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll head over there in a bit, yeah. What's Perth like to live in as a city?
It's pretty shit.
You can't say that. You should see where I come from, near Birmingham. We've got the worst city in the UK. There's rubbish everywhere, crime everywhere.
You seem like cops.
I seem like cops. Mate, would I be a cop with an accent like this? I'd be...
Yes, all the cops are pommy.
All the cops are pommies? Okay. Well, if I was a cop, would that be a problem?
Well, you're going to have to do something so I know you're not a cop.
How about I don't arrest you? That'd be the best thing I can do to prove I'm not a cop. It would be impossible for me to arrest you if I was not a cop. How's that for a riddle?
How do you know that I'm arrestable?
Acting suspiciously. You're suspicious of me being a cop.
TN's on, that's a bigger sign.
Oh my god!
You did the one with my little brother. You know the one with the ski mask, the blue ski mask?
Oh, fucking
CJ, right
Yeah.
That's my baby brother.
Does that prove to you now that I'm not a cop?
Yeah.
Why would he walk around with a pommy cop?
Because there's no cop that has a filthy moustache like this. It's
No.
not possible.
Oh, like maybe an 80s American cop.
So anytime you see these shoes, these are very common in Perth, and I imagine elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it's the lad culture. You know the
Yeah.
lad culture in the UK?
Well, we call it like chavs in the UK.
Chavs, sorry.
What's the word in Australia?
Eshays.
Eshays, okay.
Eshays, yeah. So my friend here would probably identify himself as an Eshay.
We've got a fan.
TikTok, what's up?
Nice to meet you, brother.
How's your day been?
It's been great. I've met a gentleman from the other side of the world.
How are you, mate?
How's it going, mate? Where are you from?
I came from England, yeah.
Oh.
To see your fantastic city.
Thank you,
But
thank
I'm
you.
not convinced that everything is as perfect and shiny as people say.
What do you think is bad about Perth?
What's bad? It's more so just people throwing rubbish everywhere. Just
Really?
enjoys the look of it.
Mate, I'm from England. This is the cleanest city I've ever seen. You should come to Birmingham. If I didn't collect the bins for 2 months.
I
The
might
whole
go
of
to
England is
Birmingham,
rubbish
eh?
though, so that's different.
Yeah.
Man, I done 6 out of the last 10 years in jail.
Really, yeah.
I'm 28 now, so this is the longest I've been out of jail since I was about 14. I grew up with a lot of the native Australians, you know what I mean? Growing up in Balga, Girraween, Nollamara, so when I'd know where to go, like their parents take me and I'll be living there.
Yeah.
They fight for me.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? We fight back to back, like they feed me, clothe me.
G'day and welcome to another HelloFresh sponsored edition of Cooking with Wendell and my mate Joey this time, where we're going to answer the very serious question of why should you use HelloFresh? You know, your best friends in life are the ones that tell you straight if you're out of shape, overweight or lacking energy, it's probably because your feeding routine has gone to pot. But fear not, Joey, this is where HelloFresh can come to the rescue. It helps you with your daily routine and meal planning. It's a subscription meal service that offers 100 plus recipes per month and caters to everyone. It provides fresh, balanced and consistent meals. It keeps your budget fixed and manages expenses without sacrificing quality. Meals cost as little as £1.62 per person, and you can pause or change delivery address whenever you want. It's ideal for me because it saves time, keeps my diet balanced and keeps eating interesting. Today, me and Joey are cooking up this peri-peri chicken breast tray bake, a traditional Aussie meal. As with all HelloFresh meals, it comes with step-by-step prep and cook instructions. Absolutely bonza feed, that is, and it took me 30 minutes max. Tell the Wendell viewers about the absolutely ripper deal that HelloFresh have cooked up for them. Okay, mate, get 50% off your first box, 20% off for next month, and free desserts for life when you use HelloWendell50 at hellofresh.co.uk /HelloWendell50. If you're looking to create create a more inspired and balanced eating routine, why not give HelloFresh a try? The meals are vibrant and tasty, quick to prepare and super flexible. Use the code HelloWendell50 at hellofresh.co.uk/HelloWendell50. Perth was founded in 1829 on Noongar land, and it all started with tents down there on the Swan River. It's now developed into Australia's most remote capital city. Perched above the Swan River and the CBD is the mightily impressive Kings Park, opened in 1872, which is now a mix of bushland, epic lawns and amazing Perth city views. What do you think of Perth? I come from England, which is falling apart, broken Britain. You know, there's rubbish in the streets, homelessness everywhere, you know, a division in the country with immigration.
We're catching up.
Best people say that, and I know that Australia's changing, but I walk around Perth, mate. This is a fantastic city. It's clean. Everyone looks happy, at least. Yeah. What do you think about Perth in 2025?
Oh, it's a good town. It's a good city, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't not complain about that.
But what are the problems when you say you think you're catching the UK up?
Well, homelessness, you know, but then that's not UK as such. Like, it's all been...
Yeah, US too.
Europe, US.
Yeah.
It's been for a long time. We're getting it worse here because the whole structure of the society is that way, that there's going to be more and more poor people. The rich get shitload more money.
More of a division between the haves and the have-nots, yeah. Yeah. I see that too, mate, for sure. Yeah. We could talk about globalism and things forever, couldn't we? But
all right, let me take you to one of the most well-known, but one of the most confusing and I find personally a disgusting sculpture that we have in Perth.
What do you think, folks? Rate the green ugly cactus thing out of 10. I'm going to give it a 2 because at least I tried to make it as bad as possible.
And I forget the number, I'm sure we can Google it, but take a guess how much it cost. Right?
Over $1 million. You know what I appreciate walking towards that? How fast you walk. I'm the fast. No, it's good because I'm the fastest walking YouTuber on the planet.
Yep.
People always ask why am I out of breath when I'm making my videos. Like, because there's only so many hours in the day and only so much content to capture. So I appreciate.
But I do copious amounts, so I've got to now exert the energy. So I'm trying to get it out.
We'll sweat it out, you mate, before we're done. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about the cactus?
I think when they put it up there.
Yeah. Do you like it?
It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Would you rate it out of 10? So out of 10, 1 being worst, 10 being best.
10.
A 10.
Yeah.
He likes it.
It's a 10 out of 10, sir.
Yeah.
I won't take this man's opinion. He supports such a terrible AFL team, so
That's an East Coast team.
why would I take your opinion for anything, sir?
It's just a warm jumper.
It's a warm jumper. Mate, nice to talk to you.
Wendell, you nailed it. It was 1 million, actually.
1 million on the spot.
1 million.
I know my abstract crappy art. I know it well.
You know the acquisition price
Yeah.
of the green weird cactuses.
Yeah. So Jasky's worried about my safety walking down the mall. He says people in Perth can snap you. Like
Look, the general person's very safe. Everyone's very friendly. I'm not trying to paint like a rough picture of Perth. Perth is not really a rough place, but
No.
there are certain people that, and you'll know, like they're kind of a little bit fidgety. Maybe they're on a substance of some
Yeah.
sort. You just don't want to jump into their personal space too quickly. I've had instances where I've been punched. I've had instances where
making content. Really? It would be quite ironic if after making videos in Jamaica and New Orleans and the roughest parts of London,
Yes.
I got finished off on the streets of the Perth malls. Yeah. You've been looking for him all your life.
We finally met each other.
Yeah, we are filming.
What's going on in Perth? I came all the way from the
Going in
UK.
Perth? Well, I'll tell you this, bro. I'll tell you this. When people go on to Royal Perth Hospital, all their shit goes missing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've lost things in the hospital?
I haven't lost, but I've heard lots of stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do people take? Like belongings, jewellery, money?
Yeah, and car keys, bro.
Car keys?
How useless is that?
Yeah.
They don't have the car, but they take the car keys. Fuck, bro. I wish I was a bit more sober for Mr. Sick.
Yeah?
Oh, not me filming, it's Wendell filming.
Yeah.
Oh, Wendell.
You had a few shandies today, have you? You said you wish you were a bit sober.
I had a few sips of this shitty, like, I don't know if it's a vodka mix, but had a few sips of that, had a few hard solos.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You feeling a bit
I'm feeling
intoxicated?
Well,
or?
I just need to get some sleep. Yeah, everyone needs sleep, everyone needs to rest.
Absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, I'm a rapper, Rasmus T. I
Nice.
rap. Got my jacket on in the rain, light a cigarette. Yeah, amateur at handling flame. I'm a nobody, I'm just a passenger on the train. Schizophrenic, I'm dealing with some characters in my brain.
Fucking dope.
That's how you dropped the mic.
That was good.
Take it easy, man. Jasky's had to run off and do some errands. I'm going to meet up again with him later on. But while I've got a few hours to myself, I thought, what better opportunity can there be than to check out another side to life here in Perth? And that's at one of its famous beaches, Scarbrough Beach. So this is the other side of Perth. This is Scarbrough Beach. What a paradise it is. And this is my friend Kieran, who's invited me over to beautiful Scarborough.
Absolutely.
You've got a few things to tell me about this side of Perth, mate. What's been going on in Scarborough?
Absolutely. So it's beautiful now. It wasn't always beautiful. So this shows what can happen when the state government, the local council and local groups get together and invest. So this is $100 million. Before that it was a little bit dangerous, had a bit of a reputation.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
Just violence. There's a lot of like pubs and stuff here, so a lot of violence, a lot of
spilling out onto the streets.
Spilling out onto the streets and that sort of stuff. And we look at it, it's absolutely beautiful, but people stop coming here.
Well, it's really interesting that you mentioned that this was like a broken seaside town in many ways, because that's what we've seen on my videos back in the UK. So let's see how you regenerate a broken seaside town here in beautiful Western Australia.
So every inch of Scarborough is covered by cameras.
We're being watched.
And over there, just behind that sign, they've got a full-time security staff. Look, riff-raff still happens, but it's squashed as soon as possible.
Let's see it happening straight away.
Absolutely. So from 23 to 24, even recently, there's been a decline of 36% in reported incidents.
Yep.
So they're onto it.
How does this compare to British seaside towns? You were over recently. Be honest.
Yeah. Nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Nowhere near it. But this was going that way. But I mean, the downside of that is the gentrification. So all the local families and all this sort of stuff that were renting can no longer afford to live here.
Yeah.
It's $1,000. $1,000 a week.
A week. Jesus.
So imagine the sun setting.
Yep.
Everyone here with their picnic. All that
beautiful
sort of
oranges and pinks over the Indian Ocean. You get the best sunsets in the world here, mate.
Watching all the surfers.
You get sharks in the water?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, daily.
Yeah? You swimming there?
You hear the alarms. Yeah, no problem. You hear the alarms. So they have planes and helicopters go up here every day.
I love how when you ask an Aussie, you go, are there sharks in there? They go, yeah, 100%. You go, you still swimming there? Yeah, no problem. You know how it's even safer? From the beach. 100% guarantee.
Now, so long
you're not
as
going to
there's
get
someone
taken.
further than you, you're right.
Sweet.
Someone English.
Yeah. I like the taste, yeah, of an Englishman. So where you're dragging me now, Kieran, it looks like you're coercing me into a boozer.
So we're going to what the locals call the Indie.
The Indie.
So it's been here since the 50s. AC/DC's played here, Led Zeppelin's played here.
Now you Brits, you won't be used to this site. This is a drive-through liquor store. So it's the only country I've ever been to in the world where you can pull up in your car and the very helpful person will come out and they'll go, what do you want? And you'll go, I want a pack of Stone and Wood hazy pale ale. And they'll come out, put it in your car, and you just drive off and have a beer. What a world these Australians live in, eh? Okay, so this is the Indie, yeah?
This is the Indie. So this gives you into an insight what Scarborough used to be like. This was everywhere.
4 drug squad police today raided the visiting English pop group Led Zeppelin. Raid was carried out at a Scarborough hotel. This is an amazing bar, mate. If this is the old Scarborough that was troublesome and has now been gentrified away, I kind of like the old Scarborough.
Absolutely.
Where's Austin Powers?
Exactly.
So you can come in here, have a beer, sit in the jacuzzi, have a shower,
Jump in the pool.
Have
some drinks on the picnic table.
Amazing, mate. You would not get me out of this bar if I lived around here. So as Wendell does, he finds friends everywhere he goes. And I've found an expat Brit, Stu, who drinks at the Indie Bar. You've drank here for a long time.
28 years.
You're originally from Blackburn, yeah?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Have you been back recently?
I've never been back full stop.
Really?
Yeah, 54 years, 50, coming up 55.
Wow.
Yeah. I just always wanted to come here as a kid. When I was 12 years old, I told my parents I'm going to live in Australia one day. And they just said, yeah, right.
What made you want to live in Australia when you were a kid?
The sunshine.
So you must have, like, as a kid,
Yeah.
you must have like, gone on holiday to Blackpool?
Yeah, Blackpool, Southport, and Scarborough.
Yeah.
Up in Yorkshire.
The original Scarborough?
Yeah.
So how does this Scarborough compare to Scarborough number 1?
chalk and cheese.
Yeah. What would you say to British people that are thinking about coming to emigrate to Perth? What's your advice?
Just do it. It's a no-brainer.
How many more local pubs can you go in, have a pint of beer, and swim in the pool in a pub where AC/DC played on the stage? People have been telling me that I've got to check out this one suburb of Perth, which apparently is the ropiest suburb. It's called Balga. Yeah. What do you think's going to happen to old Wendell in Balga?
Balga can be rough, but not rough compared to world standards.
Everywhere's got its notorious hoods, and I won't leave Perth until I've checked out Balga. Let's do it. So welcome to Balga, which is apparently the roughest part of Perth. Let's have a chat with some of the locals and see if that really is the case. I come to Balga, people told me it's the roughest part of Perth.
Oh,
What do
mate,
you think?
they're all lovers round here, mate.
Lovers round here?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Proper KGB.
KGB, that's the local gang, yeah? KGB?
Yeah, KGB.
Yeah. What do they get up to? Criminal gang, yeah?
Criminal shit.
Is he a Balga man?
He's from Balga, yeah.
Talking to his criminal connections, yeah?
Yeah. So much drugs through this area back in the
Really,
day.
yeah?
Yeah, like basically every corner house you see probably selling drugs or whatnot.
Yep.
That's how they make their money here. That's how they feed their children and whatnot, you know?
Well, yeah, but you know, the way people would portray this area is every time you go out in the street, you'll see a scrap happening. It's just bullshit, isn't it? You know, people from lower socio-economic areas, I suppose they're more inclined to have trouble in their lives.
Yeah.
And as a result of it, there's probably a bit more associated crime, but everybody's born a good bloke, you know?
Yeah, everyone's born a good bloke and then situations make them a bad bloke.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something straight, mate. I've come from England.
Yeah.
If this is the worst that Perth's got to offer,
Yeah.
you guys are doing all right.
Yeah, you're not wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, mate, all people are good, eh? Somebody taught somebody to be bad in circumstance, and
I like your energy, man. You look for the best in people from the off, yeah?
at the end of the day, mate, we're all good people, and even if we're not, we should give everybody a break. That's
Amen
what
to
I
that,
think.
mate.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah,
at
nice
the end
to
of the
meet
day,
you,
we're
mate.
too easy to judge and too slow to forgive, and you know, it's one of those things. He who throws the first stone, I think, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
The problem is, like, once one stone's thrown, an eye for an eye makes the world blind, yeah?
Yeah, we won't go eye for eye, mate. I'll go and cuddle them, give them a big kiss and make sure it all works out.
Kiss them to death, yeah.
I like your style, brother.
Nice to meet you, brother, yeah. You're best dressed man in Balga, I must
Thanks,
say.
man.
Yeah, you're looking smart, man. Yeah, it's a good hat.
Thanks, bro.
So you've grown up in Balga?
Yeah, I've grown up around here.
Yeah, so, like, it's got a reputation of being a really rough neighbourhood in Perth.
Oh, well,
possibly the worst.
It's quieted down a bit than what it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be pretty rough. You know, KGB suburbs.
Yeah, KGB's the gang, local gang, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it's more of a community now.
Community,
but
yeah?
You started off as a gang.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so what sort of stuff went down in Balga back in the day?
Well, this very shopping centre about 20 years ago, there was a man who proclaimed he was the king of Balga, who was wearing a robe, and he was given his proclamation off the top of the shops there.
I wish I'd been there with my camera then.
The cops rocked up with one of them vans to take him to a mental facility. He jumped off the roof onto the van, ran off.
Yeah.
When I got home that night, he was on the news in the city running around naked, stabbed 3 people.
You're joking me, yeah?
I'm serious.
Some mental health issues.
Yeah, and there was another guy at the park down here who got set on fire. There was a few things that happened.
Yeah.
It was an interesting suburb.
So what's changed it, you know? Like, you're saying it's changed, it's not as rough as it was.
They moved out most of the people because there used to be a lot of Holmes West houses and towers and stuff.
Social housing.
They knocked them all down. In the mid 2000s, they tried to rebrand Balga, so they built all new houses. They knocked down the pub. They developed it a bit, and they just kind of tried to clean it up. And it got a little bit cleaner, but it's still, still what it is. What it is.
Yeah.
If you come here on a wrong day, you're gonna have some trouble.
So while we have an idle moment, tell my viewers about your channel, what you do on your channel.
So my channel is the street interview version like this. We approach people, we have conversations. The easiest way to describe it is comedy gonzo journalism.
Yeah.
Which is really what it is. We try and get involved in the situation and try and create comedy out of it.
Yeah.
And it's not always comedy. Sometimes
it gets deep. Shit gets deep sometimes.
Sometimes it's really, really deep and sad stories, which you kind of got to get a mix and shit.
These boys, I might know who you are. Are you fans? No, they're not fans, mate. You're not big enough yet.
No one knows me here.
Has all this been built in the last 10 years? Was
Yeah.
the reason I asked, because I haven't been here for 10 years.
Yep.
And I remember there being a lot more what I would call colonial, or do they call them federal buildings, I think?
Yeah.
And now it's all starting, I mean, it's very beautiful, but it's all starting to look a little bit like many other cities.
I know.
That would be my one criticism of wandering around Perth so far. I like to see these things, you know, like the balconies and stuff.
More heritage buildings are really nice. And then now you're starting to get a lot of the more concrete jungle coming up here.
Perth's changed a lot, mate.
It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
When my mum was young, the only largest town, largest skyscraper, you can't see it, but it's only a small thing.
It's been dwarfed.
Yeah. And I was worried at one stage. I thought, where's my old Perth gone? You know?
Yeah? You were worried, yeah?
I just, you know, the old threat, the future's here, young, new generations.
Yeah.
I felt lost from the old town, you know.
Yeah, and you still feel lost now?
No, not at all. It's come back.
You've accepted it, yeah?
I've accepted, moved on, and it's all come back. I'm still the old Perth.
Yeah.
Just like my father and my mum.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters. All from convict stock.
Yeah.
So.
Convict stock, yeah. You've got the demeanour of a laid-back attitude of a older Perth man, you know what I mean? Like a slow town back in the day?
Yeah, it was a slow country sort of town, you know. I remember when we had the celebration of the Perth Cup, America's Cup.
Yeah, mate.
A lot of Sydney-siders came over for the celebration. All they said, it's like a sleepy country town compared to Sydney, you know.
Yeah.
And it was slowly, all the boutique beers and fancy sandwiches and all that, they went around when I grew up.
You drink boutique beers now, or you still drink Emu Export or Swan Draft?
No, I drink the different beers.
Do you really?
From everywhere.
Yeah. You're a man.
Dutch, the German, the Japanese, the Mexican, and the Aussie, and everywhere.
So you're an old Perth native,
yeah,
that's now embraced the cosmopolitan new future of Perth. I respect that, mate.
I
respect that. You're a good man.
Yeah.
What's your name, mate?
Grant.
Grant. Yeah, my name's Wendell. Nice to meet you. Yeah. You look like you were giving out good energy, good vibes.
I do say my affirmations to God, the universe.
Do you? Yeah.
And
does that work out for you?
Yeah, it works out. It keeps me disciplined in the mind, because otherwise I need to be focused and disciplined in the mind. Otherwise, there's trouble for me, mentally and spiritually.
So you end up like bad distractions, and you end up in trouble.
Really negative and down, and
you get depressed a bit, and
just negative, narky. Things haven't worked out in my life, but it's for a reason.
Really?
A divine reason, I believe.
Yeah, well, you've got perspective now. So.
Yeah, a lot. Hindsight, perspective, acceptance.
Yeah.
I found my true tribe.
Yeah, and what's
friends,
that?
Friends.
Just your group of friends?
Just my tribe of friends, I call them. We support one another. We drink and drug a lot. Just marijuana.
Yeah. Keeps you chilled, mate. Yeah.
We got so much time on our hands. We just dream away together, you know. We're just full of philosophies and.
So who's your top philosopher? I studied philosophy at university.
I don't know many, but
check out Ludwig Wittgenstein.
Yeah, right.
Wittgenstein. Take one book out, read Wittgenstein, you'll think of me, mate. So.
All right.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, my friend.
All the best.
Take it easy.
All the best,
I appreciate your energy. Thank you. You're yawning, my friend. Yeah. You need sleep. You're tired. I caught you on camera. $19 for 2 halves of local beer in a Belgian ancient beer cafe in Perth.
What a bargain, hey? What a bargain. Not a bad beer though.
That's a hazy, juicy IPA. It's good, man. Whether it's worth £5 for a half, I'm not sure, but
that's why people are not drinking as much. It's getting expensive.
Yeah.
Like to be spending $20 on 2 small middies.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking expensive.
Yeah, you can't have much of a session. Yeah. It's good beer though.
Well, there's a lot of channel's paying the way it is for you. It's no problems.
No problem, mate.
Thank you.
I'm making a video. I'm going to ambush you. You're an Englishman. I'm an Englishman.
I am an Englishman.
What brings you to Perth?
Work.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, work,
and what are you doing? Do you mind me asking?
Concreting.
Nice, yeah. And how long have you been over it?
Got here last July.
You going home?
No.
Everyone says the same.
No.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's the cleanest city I've ever seen. Best weather.
That's it.
Good money.
Best weather.
Yeah.
Good money,
and
mate.
some characters too.
Yeah, I've literally just come from an interview.
Buying some high vis.
Yeah.
Earn some more of that Australian dollar.
You know it.
Where are you from back home?
Barnsley.
Barnsley?
Yeah. South Yorkshire.
Proper Yorkshireman. Nice to meet you, my friend. Yeah. Good luck with Australia. So our time in Perth has come to an end, but I want to thank Jasky so much for showing me around his fantastic city, the most isolated city on earth, but without doubt, one of the best cities on earth, mate.
I don't disagree. I think it's a beautiful place. it's a unique place. It's a place like no other, and I've travelled not as much as you, but I've travelled the world, and I come back here and I go, this is amazing. Thanks for having me come out for a walk and enjoy my own city. It's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed hanging out with you. So I hope you enjoy your time in Perth, and hope more people come out to Perth. It's a beautiful place to visit.